there's a planet there. There's a mathematical, calculatable midpoint to every single one of your planets. And that degree is in the zodiacal circle. And an adept astrologer can find that degree. And planets, when planets by current movement, by actual present movement, come over that. Through the energy that that planet represents, you have the opportunity to bring your whole existence to a spearhead to propel yourself to success. Okay? And this is the pertinence of studying a chart. You know, all of your planets have a midpoint, which actually there are two midpoints. It's what they call the long-range midpoint and the short-range midpoint. Both of these midpoints indicate your promise, you know. And to receive an understanding of that, all you need to do is find an adept astrologer. I claim to be one, and actually I am one, you know, and I claim to be one because I am. REESE is one. My cousin, MARKHU, is one. So, you know, we're going to take time out right now to give you the opportunity to get in contact with us, right? Give out your information right now, REESE.
You can reach me at REESE at Facebook, or you can email me at Amari Reese, and that's AMAURIREESE at gmail.com. Okay, and right now I don't have a number which you can reach me. I give my number out once I contact you via email or through Facebook, and we can build from that point. Peace.
All right, MARKHU, give me your info, y'all. Give me your phone number.
You can reach me on Facebook at MARKHU AMUN. That's MARKHU AMUN AMUN. You can reach me at email. We can set up a time to do a birth chart at RaAKHU at gmail.com. You can reach me on the phone line right now at 516-881. No, pardon me. 516-204-8918.
I spell MARKHU for him.
MARKHU, MARKHU, AKHU, AKHU at gmail.com. MARKHU at gmail.com.
Okay, I'm gonna afford the audience the opportunity to reach me at 1-888-741-1061. That's extension number 10. Okay, if you want a personal reading from me, this is what I do. I read your natal chart, I give you a profile. That usually takes about 45 minutes, okay? And it's $4 a minute, all right, if you call this number. If you call 1-888-741-1061, extension number 10. You can use your credit card only to pay me, all right? And you call that number, you can reach me. And after we establish your natal promises, which takes about 45 minutes, and if you think that this is a scam, there are several astrologers out there. Call any one of them. They can't do it in under 45 minutes. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do for you. And after that, I give you a schedule, a monthly schedule, as to how to maximize your natal promises. All right? And the times that the opportunities in your life manifest, the times that the opportunities in your life present themselves to you. And I guarantee you this. I guarantee you that based upon your time of birth, you know, the fruition of these things. You can also reach me at 516-881-6992. All right? If you call that number, you get a 15-minute free reading, all right? And after 15 minutes, I charge $100 an hour. So it would behoove you, if you're going to be economically frugal, to reach me at the 881 number. If you don't want to go through the steps necessary, you have to use Western Union to pay me through that method. Well, you can use the 188 number, 741-1061, extension number 10, to reach me if you don't want to use the Western Union method, all right? But let's go further. Let's deal with different natal promises, and this is going to require some understanding on the part of my co-host, all right? A person with Jupiter and Mars conjunct. What's the natal promise in that? Who wants to go first? You want me to go first?
You said what was it? During what?
Mars and Jupiter conjunct. What does that give a person in terms of natal promise?
Great strength.
Great
what? Courage.
Yeah, great courage. Yeah, that's a good one. Also, on a financial level, because most people are motivated by material gain. How does that manifest?
Well, these people are fortunate when they initiate tasks on their own, when they go into their own business. When they entrepreneurs, or when they establish entrepreneur business that requires them to travel. Okay.
Okay. How about a sextile between Mercury and Pluto? What does that promise an individual?
An extreme, it causes for an investigator, because a sextile is a 60-degree aspect which deals with communication, the aspect in the natural sign from Aries to Gemini. So when I read the astrological chart and deal with sextiles, I consider that a communication aspect. Dealing with Mercury, which is already communication in the mind and the mentality, sextile to Pluto would give the mind power and the ability to delve deeply into a certain circumstance. It would give the ability for, if not you, then a brother to investigate or be a researcher or a detective, or it would make for someone to think about issues of death, or be able to be a doctor, to be able to have the mind frame and see the blood and the gory and the death and be able to deal with death. I don't know what houses you're speaking of, but...
We're not speaking about houses. We're not speaking about houses. Okay. Let me give another example. How about Jupiter and Neptune conjunct, or Jupiter and Neptune in the same sign? What does this promise an individual?
Jupiter is big and Neptune is fantasy, so similar circumstances like Martin Luther King with having dreams, or visualizations that come through dreams, or traveling where a vision occurs, or any type of religion, or doctrines that come through vision or through a dream or through a perception that is automatically felt.
And also, for those who were talking about fortunes and money, vocations and things like that, it promises, basically fortune in publications and publishing spiritual work, or work dealing with meditation, or publishing, or a great deal of talent in swimming, dancing, or making movies, or music. People with this man have a serious musical talent, or serious talent to visualize and to make money off of publishing their imagination.
Okay, how about the natal promise of Saturn opposing Uranus? What kind of promise can come from that? These are people that are born during 1999. The year 2000 to the year
right now.
Yeah, exactly. And Saturn squares Pluto now. I'm talking about Saturn. Yeah, opposing, right. Saturn opposed. And right now, people that are born right now, and people that were born between 1962 and 1966. What kind of promise comes from that aspect?
Well, it promises, first of all, Saturn with Pluto, it promises a difficulty with power struggles in their life. And in order to overcome that difficulty, they're going to have to balance the way they go about facilitating their individual power of self and over others with discipline and focus. If not, they will become victim to it, victim to oppression, and victim to restriction and disappointment.
Okay. How about,
okay.
no, what?
I wanted to elaborate on the Saturn opposed Uranus natal primus position.
Okay, do it.
The opposition has to do with the relationship issue, so the relationship with the father could suddenly change, or issues with the father and issues of respect could cause a sudden and unexpected change within a relationship. It'd be significant lessons and ideas of individuality as well. And it could mean, because Uranus is the planet of astrology, it would be learning lessons, and astrology brings growth, especially in the area of relationships once this opposition is mastered to a degree.
Okay. Hey, listen, we just got another caller on the line, all right? That's 508-212. Do you have a comment, or do you just listening? 508-212. Okay, they're just listening every day.
Yo, peace, that's me again.